Hello and welcome back to Love and Hope Can. I am just coming on briefly just to remind people who need to hear this message of stop worrying about what others have to say about you. Um, and I'm serious about that because so many people actually believe a lot of what other people, especially negative people, have to say about you and your life. And when I say negative people, I'm saying people who have no intentions on actually wanting to see you grow and be the best person that you can possibly be. I say stop worrying about what other people have to say because you and you alone, unless you had a twin, unless you had another brother and sister triplets or quads or part, you came in this world alone. You're uniquely made. Even a set of twins are uniquely made in their different ways. Their appearances may seem similar, but you are uniquely made. Your thought processes, the way you choose, the way you chew, the way you do things, the way you walk in some cases. So I'm just saying, for those of you who really depend on what other people have to say. And I know a few people like this, and this is what sort of prompting this message because in having a conversation, it's hard to have a conversation, especially with a person who says, well, they're going to think this, they're going to think that, and um, I don't know, da, da, da. And to see a person like me to see what potential that you have, but is being stunted because of what somebody else is not even probably thinking about you have to say about it, that's crazy to me. And it doesn't match with what it is that I have going on for myself or the other people around me. It's like it's a mixed match. And I don't know it. I don't like it. I just don't like the fact that people actually listen in a way that is harmful to themselves about what somebody else has to say. That has always been weird to me because as a plus size girl growing up and just listening to what people have to say, and maybe their intentions were good, but you're too big to do this and too big to do that. And I just always remember the words of my mom and my father, you do whatever you want to do. So I played basketball, I played softball. I did the things that other big girls didn't want to do or was afraid or embarrassed to do. I didn't care about going to the beach or um, going to the swim pool with my swimsuit on. I just never had an issue with my arms out. You know, people talked about it. Who cares? Who really cares? But I often said early on, I thought about this, and it was a situation I was actually going through in my 20s and working with some folks. And they were so negative. I mean, everything you do, it could be positive. You could have done so much for these youth, but you always had this team of negativity. You know, I call them team of negativity. Just their hopes and life goals or whatever they had or didn't meet in their life, they want to place it upon you. And that's why I want to remind you to stop worrying about what other people say because most likely they haven't achieved much in their life because they have time enough to speak negative on your life or don't want to see you grow or just jealous. Two things. Either people are going to be intrigued with you, okay, and maybe they don't know how to approach you to say, hey, you're beautiful. Oh, I love I love what you have on, or I noticed that you did this. That was real cool. Some people may not know how to approach an individual, but they're intrigued with you. But the other ones are downright jealous or envious of you. They see what your potential is. They see that you've got through this hurdle, or they've seen you go through this or do it differently than they did, and they have to call up such and such and so and so. And with all that, all this talking, all this backyard gossip, or trying to catch you in a bad light, all types of things. People are trained to be different people in their life. If you grew up around a lot of negativity, you didn't have a lot of love. Guess what you're gonna promote out in the world until you learn to do better, right? So that's why I say you don't know where these people are coming from. You wasn't raised with them, and even if you was raised with them, you pretty much know them pretty good. Some people are really good people. They just don't know how to express what they really want to say, right? And it can be very positive. And sometimes they may come out negative. And that's why the conversation could be had to say, did you really mean to say that to me? And just to, say it, even if you care that much to even ask that question. You understand what I'm saying? Just early on, I learned through my mother and my father, God bless them, to be able to learn early of not to really care about what other people have to say, especially if it's negative. Because you find, I mean, what are you going to find most of? Look at the social media. You're going to find a lot of negativity and drama, and what brings people to push the button and do whatever they have to do because they want to be entertained. But I'm saying to you, those of you who really want to go about your life and live your best life, and if you really care about, sorry, my dog, about someone else's opinion about you, then sometimes you could pull a person to the side if you really care. But that doesn't, I would never do that because I don't really care what people have to say because in my experience, it hasn't always been the best of what someone has to say. And some of their true intentions come out either through their looks or even through a back yard gathering and someone seeing you catch somebody looking at you or anything. I've dealt with a lot of situations, but you know what? You got to keep pushing. You got to keep moving. Because who, it really, be honest with you, who really gives a damn what somebody else have to say about them, especially if it's negative? So, with that said, this is just a reminder to be who you are, arrive on purpose. And as always, I appreciate you. If you like this video, give a thumbs up. If you want to share it, share it. If you want to leave a comment, I'm always interested in what you have to say. With that being said, peace and blessings to you. Have a great and wonderful weekend. Bye bye.